Former Counting On star Jill Duggar is sharing how her brother-in-law Jeremy Vuolo and sister Jinger Duggar really feel about her book. So far, not many members of the Duggar family have made statements on counting the cost. But now, fans know what Jinger and Jeremy think. Keep reading for all of the details. This week, Jill released her memoir, Counting the Cost. The book discusses her life in the spotlight from the time she was a young girl. She also discloses how much money she made from her 10 years of filming. Fans are shocked by all of the bombshells dropped within the pages, and readers assume Jim Bob Duggar is unhappy. Jinger Vuolo recently published a book as well, documenting her journey to freedom after leaving the IBLP. As she and Jill are on similar paths, has she shown support? In the comments section of one of Jill Duggar-Dillard's recent Instagram posts, one fan mentioned her siblings' lack of support for her book. They pointed out they have seen no public support from her siblings. In response, Jill said, Jinger Vuolo and Jeremy Vuolo have been very supportive. She didn't elaborate on whether her other siblings have cheered her on. Below, you can see the interaction between Jill and the fan. In addition to Jill's Instagram comment, Jinger and Jeremy publicly shared their support for her on the Tamron Hall show. During their interview, they were naturally asked about Jill's book and applauded her bravery. Below, you can watch the clip of Jinger and Jeremy on the Tamron Hall show this week. Most of the Duggar family has stayed silent about the book. It's possible more will issue statements in the future or speak out as they read it, but many seem to be keeping their opinions to themselves. In a recent Q&A session, Joyanna Duggar and Austin Forsyth confirmed to fans that they will be reading it. They said that they are interested in seeing what she had to say. Jim Bob Duggar's sister, Dina Duggar, also showed support for her niece. Amy King, Dina's daughter, is very close with Jill and has cheered her on along the way. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar issued a statement on the book, as well as another one about Jill's claims about her pitiful pay. So, are you glad to hear that Jill Duggar-Dillard has support from a couple of family members? Does it shock you that Jinger and Jeremy Vuolo are supporting her along this journey? Sound off in the comments section below, and come back to TV shows Ace for more news about the Duggar family. How many millions did Jim Bob Duggar really make from his family's TLC shows, 19 Kids and Counting On? His daughter, Jill Duggar-Dillard, is exposing many of her family's secrets, dishing on what went on behind the scenes and revealing her pitiful pay. Keep reading to see how much Jim Bob made while allegedly underpaying his kids for their work on the reality series. The Duggar family captivated viewers with their large family, their strict religious beliefs, and their unique lifestyle. Jim Bob and Michelle have 19 children, which naturally caught fans' attention. In 2008, the family got their reality show, originally called 17 Kids and Counting, which eventually changed to 18 Kids and Counting and 19 Kids and Counting. After TLC pulled the plug in 2015, the family returned later that year. The spin-off was titled Jill and Jessa, Counting On, and ran from 2015 through 2020. Due to the show's success and popularity, fans assumed the Duggars were bringing in an impressive amount of money. Now, Jill Duggar-Dillard has spoken, revealing her pay, as well as an estimate of what Jim Bob Duggar made. In her new book, Counting the Cost, Jill estimated that her father made roughly $8 million from her family's 2 TLC shows. Note that this is simply an estimate, so Jim Bob could have made a little more or less. Jill stated that the Duggar family received $50,000 per half-hour episode and $65,000 per hour-long episode. Upon the show reaching its 4th season, the Duggars made $58,000 for half-hour episodes and $73,000 for hour-long episode. Along with sharing how much Jim Bob Duggar likely made, Jill finally revealed her earnings. For years, she's talked about being poorly compensated, despite putting in nearly 10 years of filming. Upon mentioning the payment issue to Jim Bob, he decided he would give each of his kids $80,000. But Jill and Derek looked into this and decided this was not sufficient, so they sought out legal advice. This allowed them to receive a $175,000 check from Jim Bob. However, this was still very low considering how much time they had invested into the show. Plus, as mentioned, Jim Bob made millions while his kids barely made anything. So, does it shock you how much money Jim Bob Duggar made while only paying his kids a small amount? What do you think of this big reveal by Jill Duggar Dillard in her new book? Sound off in the comments section below, and come back to TV Shows Ace for more news about the Duggar family, always on top of the latest Hollywood celebrity gossip and drama. Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more videos and updates.